Your water filter is going to fail you. Not someday, not eventually, in the exact moment you need it most. Freezing temperatures? It cracks. Dirty water? It clogs. Long-term use? It quietly stops working. And the worst part? You won't even know it failed until you're already drinking contaminated water. Meanwhile, during the Cold War, Soviet special forces were drinking clean water out of literal mud puddles, using something smaller than a paperclip, something that still works when everything else doesn't. Modern water filters are impressive. Multi-stage systems, micron-level filtration. Some of them can block particles smaller than viruses, and none of that matters if the system fails. Most people don't realize this. The most common filters, hollow fiber filters, are permanently destroyed by freezing. One cold night, that's it. The internal structure cracks. You can't see it. You can't feel it. The water still flows, but now it's not filtering anything. You're drinking exactly what you were trying to avoid. And it doesn't stop there. Heavy silt? It clogs. Extended use? It hits its lifespan. Mechanical damage? Game over. Modern prepping is built on complex systems with multiple failure points, and in a real crisis, complexity is what gets you hurt. The Soviets solved this problem in 1952 with one substance, potassium permanganate, chemical formula KMNO4. They called it margansavka. Spetsnaz carried it. Civilians used it. It was as normal in Soviet homes as aspirin is in the US. It looks like dark purple crystals. A tiny bottle holds hundreds of uses. It weighs almost nothing, and if stored properly, it lasts for decades. No batteries, no moving parts, no fragile components. And most importantly, it doesn't fail the way modern filters do. This isn't filtration, it's chemistry. Potassium permanganate is a powerful oxidizer. When added to contaminated water, it releases oxygen ions that destroy bacteria, viruses, and parasites. No membranes, no pores, nothing to clog. It doesn't freeze, it doesn't break, it doesn't wear out. Here's how it works in the field. Step 1. Collect your water. Stream, pond, puddle, it doesn't matter. Step 2. Add a few crystals. For clear water, just enough to turn it light pink. For dirty water, slightly darker, light purple. Step 3, wait. 30 minutes for light contamination, up to an hour for heavy contamination. Step 4, watch the color. When it fades to pale pink or clear, it's ready. No guessing, no test strips. The color tells you everything. This is where it gets crazy. Soviet soldiers didn't just carry this for water. They carried it because it replaced multiple tools. As a wound disinfectant, a diluted solution kills bacteria and helps prevent infection. For fungal treatment, it was used for trench foot and other skin infections. And for fire starting, mix it with glycerin and it ignites on its own. No spark, no lighter, no friction. One substance, multiple survival uses. This is the lesson modern prepping keeps missing. The more complex your gear, the more ways it can fail. The Soviets didn't build systems that might work, they built tools that couldn't fail. Now I want to know, did you know about potassium permanganate before this? Be honest. And more importantly, do you trust your current water setup after hearing this? Drop it in the comments and subscribe, because next I'm breaking down a Cold War fire starting method that works in rain, wind, and below zero. Stay light, stay fast, stay prepared.